far away, far away. One day I'll hold you close to me, skin to skin. Let you into my world as I kiss your lips, and you remember everything you see. The stars, the moon, the night, the light inside of me as we go to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just us two. A chance to make this love come true. So far away to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just me and you. Chance to make this love come true. So far away to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just me and you. The chance to make this love come true. Let's go so far away.
Hey y'all, BB Trinette here, inviting you to hang out with me and my friends on Convos in Chicago every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. That's right, amazing conversations with guest co-hosts every week, sprinkled with a wide variety of music. You never know what you're going to get from Convos in Chicago, so make sure you tune in here on the one and only My Radio Chicago, a support district radio network. You know it's morning radio. Hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. It is Convos in Chicago. I am your host, BB Trinette. And again, I have another wonderful guest with me today. So I want everybody to make sure you all are paying attention because I'm super excited. This is Mr. Gafar Wale Liamid in the building today, everybody. Absolutely, yes. Thanks for coming, Wale. I see you with your shades on.
Yeah,
I'm just fresh face. I ain't get to put nothing on, no makeup, no nothing. It's been a busy day. You might change it back.
I might change it back to the regular shades.
No. Do you? I like it. Hold on. Let's do that mic check. Talking to the mic for me real quick.
Yes, hello.
All right there. Y'all hear that deep voice this man got? Look at him. Look at him cheesing. All right. Yeah, so we are here with Wale, who I met and got to know near and dear because he introduced himself as Wale. And I said, oh, okay, what is that short for? Because I know everybody got a shorter, right. And then it's the full name. And I said, okay. And then when he told me, I say, okay, Wale, I'm gonna stick with the Wale, right. And no disrespect, but Absolutely. So many times it's like and I don't want to ever fumble and mess up people's names, Right. So with that, so me, Wale and I met some months ago. What was this? Almost a year ago at this point, right? It was probably about October.
Yeah.
October. So we met at a place. Shout out to Penflow. Penflow Writing Sessions. Make sure you all look them up on Instagram. Right. Penflow Writing Sessions. And he was one of the guest poets in the house because Penflow is a kind of a poetry slam type thing. Because it's a difference than poetry and their poetry slams, right?
Right.
What do you think the difference is?
Penflow, usually for a slam, you gotta have something prepared. You usually have to compete to get in, and you're performing in front of judges, in front of a crowd of critiques. At Penflow, you can they have a writing session.
Yes.
Yes. They have a vibe. They have a pillow room. It's BYOB and BYO. What is it? BYOD.
Yep.
So Yeah, they definitely present an opportunity for you to really relax, tap in. They give you a topic, and then they have a performance room. So that was really a vibe and a good place to connect with people.
It really is. And I went with the intention of doing just that. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It creates a vibe. It lets people unwind and just kind of get into their higher self, if you will, and speak from the heart, right from the soul. And so when we're all in there being so vulnerable, I think that's what creates the bonds with us outside of Pen Flow.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
An
shouts out
opportunity
to
do
Pen
so.
Flow, man. Darren and Vaughn over there, those guys. And I can't forget Miss Katrina.
Right. Shout out to
They
Touche.
do a really good job facilitating something that we have grown to love. So yeah, let's jump into this because you kind of snuck and did something. I ain't saying it was sneaky,
Right.
but I had no clue, but I appreciate the discretion because sometimes it can get overwhelming, especially when you're in the industry. And I know you know about that, where people talk about what they finna do.
Right.
And then we just like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, sure. But you actually went and did it.
Yeah.
You have published your own book.
Absolutely.
Wow, congratulations. I'm so proud. And then you circled the block and did an audio book for it.
Right.
Do you understand the power in audiobooks?
Right.
And I'm not one to, try to give my own little marketing, but I feel like this should be on every single form of platform you can put it on.
Absolutely.
So if it ain't on Spotify and Apple TV, Apple, Audible,
next,
all of that stuff, and I know I'm just speaking ahead again because
it is on Audible, and it is on most of the audio book platforms. It's on, it's not on Spotify just yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on iTunes just yet, but it will be. It's in process right now. We're just trying to get
Spreaker, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm just like, see it now.
Right, where people engage. Right.
Yes. And may I add, it's actually a really good book. It's straight to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, for the folks that need glasses and they are too ashamed to go get glasses, it's legible.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Right.
It's legible. It's straight to the point. It's a short read. That's one of the things that I like about it as a book reader. Like, I don't get into the big chapter novels and all that stuff because to me, it's not useful for my brain. I'm gonna just say that.
Absolutely.
And that's no diss to what anybody is doing in terms of their writing or whatever. I have always seemed to gravitate in my older years towards instructional, motivational, and personal development type books.
Right.
So,
likewise too.
Yeah. And I think that was the key component that I was missing when I first started being a network marketer. Having my mind right.
Right.
Because we found out this is 95% mental.
Yeah.
The rest of it is about what happened. The most of it is about how we respond to what happened or how we receive or how we perceive what happens.
Right.
And so for you to come out with, okay, so I'm just going to tell the audience the name is Affirmations for Entrepreneurs, Daily Mantras for Life, Love, and Liberty. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the cover, right? Show you the cover. So y'all go out here and get this.
Right.
It is on Amazon. Make sure y'all grab this. It is about maybe, 100?
120 pages.
Okay. 100
pages.
120, 120.
Yeah.
Man, play those numbers. Play those numbers right there. Right. 120.
You gotta use everything.
1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 0 is still 3.
Absolutely.
So I be thinking like
I dropped it on May 2nd. 5 plus 2, 7 in the year of 2023. 2 plus 2 plus 3.
Wow.
777-14. I'm trying to get
See,
all that.
come on with it. You know what I'm talking about. See, some folks gonna get that and some folks gonna miss that.
Yeah.
So
the biggest complaint I get is, yo, why is there a white man on the cover? You know what I'm saying? Like, you black. It should be black.
You know what's interesting? I didn't even pay attention to what color he is. How do we know this is a white man?
You know
He could be Indian. He can be an Asian man.
Absolutely.
We don't know. So I just saw a man pursuing a ladder, and you have the opening up of the world.
Right. Exactly that.
Really?
Exactly.
That's just how I interpret it.
Chasing dreams,
okay.
Chasing the big city,
yes.
Chasing entrepreneurship, chasing success.
I mean, if I go too deep, I look to the side, the left and the right, that look like the hood. Right. Those are like windows.
Project buildings. Right.
Wow. Okay.
I've been through it all and traveled it all.
Man. So that's really cool. So
I got a design like this. This entire process probably cost me just under $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like now I'm hoping to position myself as an expert that can help other writers, you know, publish their book. You know, I'm charging them somewhere between $3,500 to $4,200.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to help them publish their book, promote their book, and essentially give them the same tour that I'm going on right now with my book. And it's not easy. You know, I have no backing. I have no sponsor, you know, and I'm still developing my business structure to support myself.
Yeah.
You know? One of the last quotes in the book, if you don't mind, I'm sure you guys again, but one of the last quotes in the book is, you know, I'm supporting myself while supporting my business in hopes to one day support my families. To one day create and support and build my family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I continue to take the risk of entrepreneurship, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know, I go through my ups and downs, but I know what I'm fighting for, and I know the principles that I had to learn, the language that I had to learn, and I'm still learning that language, the language of people.
Period. Know? That is so true.
Absolutely.
The language of people. And sometimes it's not even about the dialogue. Sometimes it's about what's not being said.
Right.
Sometimes it's about what we're comprehending.
Right.
You know, so it's so many different things when it comes down to understanding human beings and communication and the languages that you speak of. So what inspired the book in the first place? Because let's go through your resume real quick. So you're a photographer. I threw that out there first, y'all, because you would have never thought that a photographer would sit down and say, I think I'm gonna write me a book and actually do it. You know. Okay. So you're a photographer, a videographer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're a branding specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're a executive. So the fill in the rest. Fill in the rest of the blanks, sir.
Businesses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I got consulting at the end of it.
Yeah. I represent businesses like businesses like GQ Gentlemen, businesses like Brownsville Watch Co., businesses like ABX Experience, businesses like A&S Beverage here on 75th.
Oh, okay.
Like I just, you know, whether it's through website design, whether through media production, you know, commercials, photo shoots, so on and so forth. I'm helping people with their brand image, their brand persona, and making sure that they have a landing page to really connect with their audience in a way that's efficient, you know, because, you know, not everybody's on social media or use social media.
This is true.
You know, and, but everybody still checks their emails unless they're running away from their emails, you know, especially when there's a connection between the consumer and the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think blogs and podcasts are becoming trendy and more successful by the day because they're able to retain an audience verbally. You know, you're able to give people, in a sense, an audio adventure.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And being able to retain those listeners is like being able to retain clients. That's why you got promotions and sponsors through podcasts.
Right.
So like I you know, I just grew up without knowing this. Like I had to learn this the hard way.
Yeah. When you say the hard way, what do you mean by that?
I wasn't raised. I left my nest early. I left the nest of my household early.
How old were you?
11, 12 years old after 5th grade.
Okay.
Me and my brother, who was like 4 years older than me, we traveled all the way to Nigeria by ourselves, and we had to go through France, get to Nigeria, move to Benin, live with my dad's mom. So I got to live with my grandmother for a few years. And we went to school there for like 5 years.
Let's rewind, because when I hear you say you and your brother had to go somewhere else, where are you from? Let the people know where you're from.
I'm from New York. I lived in Chicago. I've lived in Nigeria. I've lived in New York. I've also lived in Benin, Gambia. Like I've traveled.
He's traveled.
And
I don't know if this is personal. You don't ask me my age on the air, but how old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
Absolutely, 29.
29. Book.
Yeah.
Traveler.
Seen
stuff, done stuff. Where do you think that you fall in America on in the social construct of financial? Or do you think that do you feel like you are low, middle, or high class citizen?
Ooh.
Because remember, I said social construct.
Absolutely. If you come from a high class background, you can be boastful, you can be humble. And I've choose to be humble.
Okay.
And I've also been independent of my family's guidance and finance. So as an independent myself, I'm upper lower class.
Okay.
I've had a credit score of 727 at one point. I've had an earning of over 5,000 or averaging 5,000 a month. I've had a credit card of almost 5,000 limit. So like I've had success, you know, and I've had success without guidance. And wisdom without power can easily fall on deaf ears.
Say that again.
Wisdom without power can easily fall on deaf ears. And because
you know it all.
Yeah.
But you ain't really got no skin in the game. You think you know.
Even if you know, let's say your mom or your dad or your grandpa or your uncle was rich, and they'll always give you, they might give you, but they might not show you the ropes.
They gave you a fish, they didn't teach you how to fish.
Absolutely. It's like, I'm gonna get a little controversial with you just for a
Go
second,
ahead.
right? But it's like the new age relationships.
Expound on that.
I'd rather pay for your time because I know it'll get me what I want than build time with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So time is short, but life is long.
Yes. And so that's something my sister and I came up saying, instead of, because we kept hearing all our lives, life is short, life is short, life is short. Life is long, G. Life is not that short. Essentially, like conception, essentially it could be short.
Right.
But if you're just kind of doing what you this is long. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, of course, but it's still not that short. It's not like we came out of diapers, boom, we going to jobs, and then boom, all of a sudden we senior citizens. No, it's a day by day.
The relationships that you have in life are so important.
Yes.
Like
you mess them up thinking that life is short.
Yeah,
that's a heavy repair later on in life.
Man, people burn bridges
because they feeling life is short.
Branches, so like, oh man, it's a different time, a different world.
Parents, stop saying that in front of your kids. Life ain't short. Stop saying it. You might not want to say life is long, but just don't say nothing at all, because life ain't short like that.
I got a quote in my book. I said, the journey of longevity isn't a rush. Everything between now and a lifetime of success is just noise, mere noise. You gotta
Right.
appreciate the moments.
Appreciate
what I'm
the
saying?
knowings and the unknowings.
Right. And appreciate the noise because life is gonna throw you. Oh, this,
Yeah.
this,
Oh,
this,
the
that,
noise.
that. Yeah, it's mere noise.
The noise. Yeah.
Find your own purpose and stand on it.
Stand on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And stand up for something.
Absolutely. Like this right here, all this is all personal quotes. 104, 105. I got some quotes that I hope to add to the book in another edition, but like they're all personal, so it's my words. It's gonna live longer than me, God's willing. I got
this is legacy.
Absolutely. It's a Jewish proverb. Every man should write a book, plant a tree, and have a son or have a child.
Wow.
So
okay.
I definitely have my first asset, checked off, and I still hope to sell 1,000, 5,000 more copies, but in the meantime, I'm constantly revisiting and re-referencing some of my own principles.
Yeah.
And being in open mic environments, there was a point where I was, before the book was, like 3 years ago, I was at an open mic and I shared like 18 of my principles and my affirmations. And, some people came and I need that. I want that, and I'm in business. So I want to copyright that. So that way I can give it to you and trust that I'm giving you a part of myself that you're not just going to like say it's your own.
Make it your own. Yeah. Yeah.
And even though I want you to like, take these quotes and
adopt them,
reference them,
absolutely,
because it's a language of entrepreneurship, a language of business, a language of dealing with people, in a time where you might not have that, no backing, no support. You know what I'm saying? You may continue procrastinating. The
That's
first
right.
quote in the book is, "Where all things desired get started." You know what I'm saying? But imagine how hard it is to desire something.
There was one quote, and if I don't get a brain fart real quick, there was one quote where you said something about referring back to, like you said, your potential is not yourself.
Ooh,
right?
No. I am me first.
I had to run that back. I am me.
I am me first before my potential. It is everything that I do today that makes the potential that is tomorrow.
Exactly.
So don't treat me like my potential. Treat me like who I am in front of you, like who I'm presenting myself to be. People will create a whole idea of you in their head.
Oh
and then
my
get
goodness!
Disappointed when you're not that.
When you not that.
You know what I'm saying? They will judge you when you're not that. They'll criticize you for who they think you're supposed to be.
Yes.
I'm me first.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The potential will come. Help me get there if you actually see it. You know what I'm saying? But how many people, encouragement and support are two different luxuries that often come when it matters most. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have people that big you up. Hey, I see you. And then you're gonna have people, how can I support you? How can I get you? Do you need this? Do you need that? So it's like you gotta appreciate both of them as it comes and know that,
these mantras,
right?
Are these to speak out loud, or are you okay? Do you think that do you think that it faster for you if you say it out loud, or if you just kind of say it in your spirit and just in your mind?
You can say it as your own. Adopt these
mantras. I noticed that you said I am, and
stop becoming and be who you are.
Right.
You got to remind yourself. These are reminders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Affirmations, mantras, reminders to yourself. Like these are stuff that you already know. It's perspective that you already know. You can just adapt it.
Right.
You might have seen it in somebody. Hey, salt is still seasoning. Accept every grain, because people are just salty out here sometimes. Absolutely.
True that.
When you make your oatmeal, some people put salt, some people put sugar. I happen to put both.
Wow.
I like sweet with a little bit
I
of
like
twang.
a little sweet with a little bit of salty. Oh yeah. Because I ended up putting some ketchup in my cheese sauce.
Yeah,
my
cheese
fries.
sauce. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And my sister was like, "That's so gross."
I thought you was about to say ketchup in your
Because
oatmeal.
my daughter, she hates when I do it. And I'm like, you seen me do this before. My sister across the table, she's like, I have not. Right. I'm like, it's good though, because it's got a little bit, cheese sometimes can be like creamy and a little sweet. Right. Then you got the ketchup, got a little salty, but they kind of meet together with them French fries. Oh my goodness, y'all. And I swear I've been doing this for probably the past 10 years, 10-15 years. Because probably longer than that when I was working at the restaurant. Shout out to the girls from Hooters. I just want to give them on them for, you know what I mean? I love working there. We collaborated and had fun, and
you just have a good time.
You have a good time, and it's good wholesome fun. It's not like raunchy and nothing. I like raunchy. Yeah. It's just not Hooters. That's not what it is. It's a time and place, There's a lot of families that come through there. But one thing I liked about that place is it was a lot of go-getters. The staff, we were all some type of go-getter, whether it was an entrepreneur, whether they were models, whether they were doctors in training or nurses in training and teachers. Like nobody there was just like, just going with the wind. I mean, you had every once in a while your beach bunnies, you know what I mean? Like they were fun and a good time, just let life flow, and but they're all doing well. So I'm paying homage to my girls from Hooters. Yeah, because it made me think about it. And I was thinking about that's where I learned about the ketchup and the cheese sauce. And so that's where I started doing that. And I was like, oh gosh, 2003. Don't let me start talking about my age and stuff like that. But it was a long time ago, okay? Right. It was a long time ago.
Man, I get it. And sometimes you do got to remind, because, just a few years ago, we didn't have phones. We got pages. So, like,
absolutely.
Most of them are growing up on these
on
devices now. So
get super nostalgic when I see a CD.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, just want to put a CD in today. Right. And so that's why I was talking about the importance of that audio book, because it could still go on a CD. Right. There are people that need that still listen to CDs. Right. The CD player's still in the cars. We got all the streaming apps and stuff like that. Some people like the simplicity of the past. Right. So.
And I definitely want, it's a book that's meant to be revisited. Even if you have a copy, you can definitely flip through it at any point of the day before you leave the day. Like you check your horoscope or you check the weather. But if you're going on a drive, if you're going to work out, and you don't mind a calm voice like mine, you can definitely
it's super calm, y'all. Like,
enjoy a good ride. 32 minutes, 30 minutes, and be inspired, be encouraged, and recognize something, pull from it, adopt it. You know what I'm saying? Make it your own, because, I could be gone tomorrow. Yeah. And these words, should still have impact. You know what I'm saying? These lessons still, when you learn, you remove the L and you earn your living. You know what I'm saying? Earn your living with lessons.
Yeah.
Be proud, remain proud, and be grateful, remain grateful. It's okay to forgive yourself and keep learning.
What's your definition of a genius?
They messy. Like, man, I wouldn't call myself a genius. I wouldn't call myself a genius. I think the most impactful people are the people who serve others. In my book, I have the dedication here is to the wise server who chooses to impact the world and its people.
Yeah.
Be courageous and never lose faith. Be open-minded and never stop learning. You are capable and blessed with that.
That's right.
It's
so, you have to have a burning desire.
Right.
It has to be a burning desire to want to go and make a difference in other people's lives and give yourself, even when you don't feel like it, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how bleak it looks.
Right.
And I think that's very important to remember.
Man, it's imperative.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
Yeah, it's imperative. Yes, absolutely. Hey, so we're going to take a music break real quick, and then we're going to come back and talk to Wale for a few more minutes and then wrap things up. This is BB Trinette, and this is Convos in Chicago.
Cheers.
So let's see what we're going to play real quick.
I got my little playlist going. And yeah, we can play BZ23 with investments, y'all. This is Convos in Chicago. BB Trinette on My Radio Chicago, a support district radio network station where you know it's more than radio.
I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul. See, I be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of life investment? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you can just swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret this. I'll give you love and affection. Just give me your heart, I'll protect it. Baby, I'll be your guard, you my weapon. And baby, I know that they gon' come for us, but I'm ready. Oh, I'ma put it on you, I'ma leave it so. I'ma give you everything you wanna know. I'll be more than you would know. Take it fast or take it slow. I'll be there for you and more. You know that I got you. I got you, yeah. I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul. See, I'll be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of lights and investment? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you just swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret it, no.
Just tell me like who did it. Let me give you the business. See you playing. Your number missing like 2 digits. Rated R. Kelly trying to put my key in your ignition. My mama told me never start nothing I can't finish. I'm with it. Got my grip so tight around the bag, but I think I can let it go. Just to squeeze your ass, man, I'm lying, no. Probably catch me flying out of Ryan close. Trust me, you the only pressure that I'm applying. I know I'm ready, got to get out, take up. And I know you're not ready, you still fucking with your makeup. Can't focus on love no more, cause I know it take trust. It take trust, so trust me.
I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul. See, I'll be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of lights and investment? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you can just swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret it, no. Girl, I'm pulling up, got some Henny in the cup, bumping kills off in the trunk, and I'm about to flame it up, and I know that's what you want. Whoa, now flex, time to have sex, kissing and touching and rubbing, I'm loving, caressing your body, na 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 na, kissing and touching and rubbing, I'm loving, caressing your body, yeah, your body, na 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 na. Driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Pretty brown, driving me wild. This is going on to the early morning. Where you at it on? Baby, it turn me on. When you get on the ride, just pull it to the side for me. Girl, you know it's going down, down, down. Continue moving and up and down for me. Act like you know. Just feel this process. Baby, turn the lights on. I'm gonna set it off. Driving you out of your mind with a little smoking wine. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Pretty brown, driving me wild. Oh, na, 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 na. Driving me wild. Singing now, can you ride, 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 ride. Come on, girl, ride, 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 ride. Can you ride, 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 ride.
Y'all, BB Trinette here, inviting you to hang out with me and my friends on Convos in Chicago every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. That's right, amazing conversations with guest co-hosts every week, sprinkled with a wide variety of music. You never know what you're going to get from Convos in Chicago, so make sure you tune in here on the one and only My Radio Chicago, a support district radio network. You know it's morning radio. Hey y'all, we back, and this is BB Trinette with Convos in Chicago. What's going on, everybody? Now, before we took that quick music and commercial break, I have been sitting here talking and speaking and conversing with Mr. Gafar Wale Liamid. He is the author of Affirmations for Entrepreneurs, Daily Mantras for Life, Love, and Liberty. Okay, and this is his newest publication, your first publication. Okay, more to come. And we were just sitting here talking about Nigeria. Right. And so yeah, I just wanted to know some things about Nigeria. So you say it's right. What and it's what grounded, at the same time?
It's grounded and rewarding. You know, it gives you an opportunity to see, you know, everyday life outside of America is not as simple.
Right.
You know, you might have like electricity 6 hours in a day, you know, and if you don't have a generator, if you don't have money for gasoline or diesel, you don't have any electricity, and you're really surviving off candles. If you don't have clean water or fresh water, you do have to go to the well. And you know, imagine, you know, the people every day that's working for the ecosystem as a whole to, you know, serve their part. You know, everybody in Africa is just serving their part. Wow. One way or another. I feel like in America we get caught up in the entitlement of we need this, we deserve this, and we desire this, so why shouldn't it be ours?
Right. You know? Or just skip all that and say it's mine.
Yeah.
Mine.
Right.
We do that.
Me, I'm working hard for when life comes at me fast and slow. You know, so I'm trying to get better mentally, physically, spiritually, monetarily. You know, I'm trying to, you know, get better at people. I can't survive without people. You know, so how can I present myself in a way that represents myself and my principles the best way? I
don't mean to cut you off, but you said something interesting. You can't live without people.
Yeah.
Can you just kind of dive a little bit deeper into that thought process? Because I hear so many people saying, you know, that they good on their own, they don't need nobody.
Right. I'm good because I serve people, and the people who I've served have acknowledged and encouraged me that I've helped them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For that ability and impact, I feel rewarded out of life. And through that, I need people.
Yeah.
I need to be of service to a people in order to identify and execute on my purpose. That's so. That's the first time I said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so wrong.
Wait, what is it at Penflow? Green light?
Yeah. That's the blue light.
Blue light. Yes, blue light. For real.
For real though. Man, I be saying I'm baby, but I don't even have no baby, so I guess it's on my future kids. But like seriously.
I like that you tributed the end of your book to your mother, your father, your sister, and your future children.
Absolutely.
And your words of encouragement and reminders to them at the end of the audio.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was very endearing.
When I have kids, especially if I have male or boys, I'm probably going to from the age that they can pick up on reading, between 3 and 7 years old, I'll probably read the book to them every day before they go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'll do some calling. To present something solid for the community. I shared one quote with a 21-year-old boy from Carbondale. He was in school. That was like last year at the Hyde Park Fest. Shout out to the Silver Room Block Room.
Yeah.
The Silver Room.
Silver Room. Okay.
I was there. I was walking, and I ran into a shout out to 365 Dad as well. You know what I'm saying? And I saw a young man, and I was just talking to him. I shared a quote with him, and he started crying. I'm 28 now, 29, making a 21-year-old cry. Like,
yeah.
How?
When you get like that, do you feel like it is you're being used to speak?
Use me up.
Yeah, not in a negative way. When I'm saying about God, by that higher self, sometimes we walk across complete strangers, and I've gotten that response.
Yeah.
Wow, I needed to hear that today.
Right.
Complete strangers. I've been in situations where a complete stranger would say something and it sticks with me.
Right.
So I'm glad that we kind of went in deeper on that. People kind of needing people, because I find that to be
we shouldn't,
interesting.
We can't be so quick to detach from one another.
Yeah, because see, some of these old mantras and stuff like that is what creates those generational curses. And since we're in this exactly, so just breaking the generational curses, it is very important to not be lazy in our language. And I'm not gonna take that was coined by I used to listen to this all the time. Gosh, all the time. Jim Rohn.
Right.
Jim Rohn said that. He said we cannot be lazy in our language.
I think I've listened to Jim too.
Yeah, building your business. Oh my gosh, I know it verbatim. You put it on, I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's how often I listen to it. And those philosophies and those mantras are things that I adopted in my everyday life. I ain't get it right every day. I didn't get it right every night. I didn't get it right every hour. But every time I do something, now I'm able to have a reference to go back and make those corrections.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Vita says, hey Vita, Chicago 365. And we are gonna wrap up here. Any last words, anything you would want to express with being here on the show?
I would love to shout out the businesses that I'm working with. Shout out to Ingrid Wallace Presents, an executive coach. Shout out to A&S Beverage Chicago. They have 2 locations. Liquor store here on the 75th and Halsted.
A&S
Beverage.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then Shout out to Brownsville Watch Co. Shout out to GQ Gentlemen. Shout out to the ABX Experience. Shout out to the Silverback Security Chicago. They just got a new office. We got an executive office for Silverbacks now. That's super exciting. You can find me at Royal Views. You're the Royal. I'm just the Views. Royal Views with a Z.
Okay.
RoyalViews.com. You can learn more about who I am personally, the services that I offer media services. I help writers and poets who are interested in writing their own or publishing their own book. I can show you how I did it. I can consult you through that process. And also, if you're looking for websites or someone who can help you with your business, take your business to the next level, I'm that guy.
All right.
The gentle spokesperson. You know, my name is Gafar Wale Allah Wale Liamid, or Wale Gafar Liamid, however, which way you prefer it. Gafar is my first name. Gafar is, you can go for Gafar. You can go far with Gafar.
Gafar. Yeah, I got it.
In elementary school, they used to make fun of me. They used to call me Gafart.
Oh my gosh, guitar.
Go far. Go far. Ingrid Wallace, she said, go far. Go for Gafar, and I just changed my Instagram handle to that. Go for Gafar.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll probably be campaigning in the next few months or next 2 years. You know, once I finally get into politics.
Let me find out. Okay, alderman.
Hey, okay. Right.
You know, start small. We start small. You know, committee member to alderman, and then alderman to and so forth.
Ecosystem one step at a time.
Yep. Absolutely. Congressperson and secretaries of state, and you gotta start off. and you know what, I think that would be right up your alley, because it's definitely service driven. As many as nonprofits and service driven things that I've done in the past, I gotta say, the government in terms of like Chicago's infrastructure, it's cool, some good people there. Absolutely. So I think that Midwesterners, we had a certain charm.
Hey, I just about ourselves. This page right here. Do you mind closing us out on these two right here?
Okay. So, a good memory. I pray to always remember and acknowledge what and who I have in my corner. I can't make the mistake of letting value go over my head. Don't slip. Every decision must be accounted for. I'm not living idly with my ideals. I'm standing in my purpose, I'm planning, and I'm organizing my direction.
Right on.
Good stuff, Wale. Wale, everybody. Make sure they could, where can they find the book?
They can find it on Amazon, Affirmations for Entrepreneurs, Gafar. You know, it'll pop right up, you know, and you can also find me at royalviews.com, ROYALVIEWZ.com.
That's with the Z, y'all.
Absolutely. And, you know, God's willing, I'll be back. We'll be talking more.
Absolutely.
More updates for sure.
We will pick this up at a different date and time, but I gotta tell you, this is phenomenal. I like your point of view, and I like your thought process. So you will be back to join some panel discussions.
As well.
All right. It's been a pleasure. Yeah. And in the words of Les Brown, it's a plum-pleasing pleasure, you guys, to be here and give you updates on what's going on. This is Convos in Chicago. I am your host, BB Trinette, and we are at My Radio Chicago, a support district radio network station where is more than radio. Till next time, everybody. Peace out.